Hi there, today we're going to be making some fried chicken. The ingredients are some chicken, obviously, milk, we also have some vegetable oil, salt, and I'm introducing some spices here. One of them is the barbecue chicken spice. There's some black pepper, that's a minimum. I'm going to put in some Montreal steak spice and also just a bit of red pepper. Now this one here is an egg, so we're going to be mixing the egg and the milk, and then we're going to be throwing that into some flour where we're going to be mixing all this stuff. Now the flour isn't shown here, but we're going to be using that too. Combine the milk and egg and basically beat it well. What we're going to be doing is we're going to put the chicken in here, and then we're going to throw it in the flour mixture as well, and then we're going to fry it. Okay, in our second bowl, we have to put 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Next, we add 1 tablespoon of salt. Then add 1 tablespoon of black pepper. You can also add maybe half a tablespoon. It really depends. Now the next step, I added 2 tablespoons of barbecue chicken right into the same mixture. Right after this, we're going to add some Montreal steak spice. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of that, and then about a tablespoon of red pepper, maybe half a tablespoon. So here we are. So you can see here I've added the Montreal steak spice and then a bit of the red pepper, crushed red pepper, and right over here is the barbecue chicken, and there's the pepper there, the salt, and then the flour. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mix it really well, because this is going to be the formulation where we're going to cover the chicken with and then fry it after that. Now that we've got our powder, basically our mixture, we've got our egg. Here's 3 cups of vegetable oil that we're heating up, and the idea is to heat it up so that it's very hot, but not to the point where it's smoking. So here's the flow through. The first thing is make sure we have the chicken. We put the chicken in the egg and milk so that it actually soaks in there, and then we place it in the flour. Once in the flour, we then place it in the pan with the hot oil where it's going to fry. So like this. So here, 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 and bam. So here's the chicken. We're just going to soak it right in. I'm using a fork. You could use your hand, whatever you want to do. But then after it's sort of soaked in the egg and the milk, we throw it into the flour right here, and then we gently place it in there. We don't want oil splashing on us. Actually, what might be a good idea is if you wear a long sleeve shirt. So who knows? So there's the chicken in the oil frying. Now, as I was working with this, I'm just going to turn off the vent here. As I was working with this, after I added the milk and egg and I threw the chicken in the flour, what I ended up doing was I just used a spoon to cover it and roll it in instead of using my fingers, because it got really messy after a while. And then I used this thing here, a tong, to bring it into the pot, into the oil. So right now it's frying, and I think it'll taste great. And here we are frying the chicken, and it's about 15 to 20 minutes or until it's pretty much golden and the insides are cooked. So one thing I do is I actually take it out, slice it up, just make sure that the insides are cooked. So here's the chicken cooked, and also I had originally placed it in another bowl, took out some of the oil, and then placed it just for presentation purposes in another bowl with some paper towels, so it doesn't look that bad. And by the way, it tastes really good.